Trump's big multi-trillion-dollar stimulus bill will be passing this week, so I'm going to be discussing the timeline as far as what we can anticipate this week as well as what we're also expecting next week on this big bill. There's a lot of things going on right now. I think we all recognize it's a super busy time globally, it's a super busy time domestically, and they're going to be pushing this thing through literally within the next couple days here, and I'm going to break it all down for you here in this video. So this is in regards to the big reconciliation bill, otherwise known as the big beautiful bill is what they're calling it, and this is the president's stimulus bill, or whatever you want to call it, the tax bill. Again, there's a ton of different names out there for this whole thing, but again, this is it, okay? We're right down to the wire on this. About a month or so ago, give or take a little bit, the House of Representatives passed it. They pushed it onto the Senate. Senate has been working on it, and they are voting this week, literally in the next couple days here. So I want to bring that to your attention. And the next few steps on this thing and what we can anticipate literally between now and the next couple days, as well as the next week or so on this legislation. Which, by the way, quick shout out to Linda. Linda just reached out to me and said that she called the partners here on the channel, Chapter, with that phone number right there, to get some help with her Medicare. And here's the awesome part. She reached out with her comment and said they saved her hours and hours, days and days, and probably a couple weeks worth of research that she would have spent on her own trying to figure that out in a matter of just minutes on the phone with them. They use their sophisticated computers and technology to look through the 20,000 plus plans across the country, and they found the better plan for her and got her hooked up with that and saved her a ton of time. So hey, Linda, thank you so much for reaching out. Really, really appreciate that. That is amazing. That's really awesome. She got better coverages there and saving a bunch of money as well, which, by the way, quick side note, the average senior that is calling them, by the way, with that phone number right there, that is connected with them for help with their Medicare, the average senior is saving $1,100 by simply calling them, getting a quick review of their current coverages, and finding better plans and better coverages as well. That's incredible. That's real money savings that we all need right now. Anyway, if you have not done so, make sure to join the other nearly 3,000 of you here in this community that have called them right there with that phone number to get that review and see where you're at. You don't know what else is out there unless you ask. Please just ask. It's totally free. Again, just like Linda, a few minutes in a phone call, possibly get you better coverages, maybe save you a ton of money, just like Linda. Again, Linda, thank you so much for reaching out. Really, really appreciate you. And again, make sure to call them, and they're waiting to talk to you. All right, anyway, let's talk about this timeline here. Okay, so this is on this big stimulus package, whatever, bill, the big beautiful bill, the reconciliation bill, the tax bill, whatever you want to call it. Again, a bunch of different names out there for it. All right, so here's the details. Tomorrow, Wednesday, okay, they're going to be opening this thing up for debate. Now remember, this is just in the Senate right now. They already passed it in the House. However, more on that in just a second because it's going back to the House. Anyway, they're opening this thing up for debate tomorrow, okay? Now, here's the situation. Most Republicans are not really going to debate it much. I mean, here's the deal. They've already talked about it, right? But basically what it does, it opens up the floor for Democrats to come in and offer amendments and debate on this whole thing, right? So that's what they're likely going to do. Republicans don't want to spend a bunch of time, so they're going to yield most of their time back. In other words, just basically give it back and say, here, I don't want to use this time that's allocated for me. But it will be used certainly to negotiate, to debate it, talk about the details of it. And I'm sure, you know, just like everything, all the time, again, this is not a political video, but you know, some are going to rip it apart. Some are going to say it's the best thing since sliced bread, but that's just politics for you, right? All right, so anyway, that's going to be Wednesday. Now, Thursday and Friday, okay, depends on when they start with this, but Thursday and Friday, a big thing's going to happen, which is the Voterama. What is a Voterama? Yeah, exactly. Okay, here's what it is. Basically, they open it up in the Senate, and it's a very long process. They're going to be voting on hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of amendments. So here's what happens. Lawmakers have the opportunity to submit any amendments to the legislation that they want, okay? I'm going to tell you this much. From previous Voteramas that they've had over the years, most of the amendments that are submitted will be denied and just say no. They'll be voted against, they'll be voted down. But maybe out of the hundreds that are submitted, I mean, there could be 300, 400, 500 amendments that they vote on. It's a lot. Out of all of those, maybe like 2, maybe 3 will possibly get this, see the light of day and possibly be added or considered further beyond that. Okay, the vast majority will be voted against and will be denied, but maybe a teeny tiny percentage of them, again, a couple, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 of them, not many at all, will make it through, and they may actually consider those. But anyway, this is usually a very long process. It usually starts in the evening. I don't know why this started so late in the evening, but then it usually goes all the way until the next morning at like 5 or 6 or 7 in the next morning. So it is like a very long process, like a 12, 16, 18-hour process of just sitting there voting and voting and voting. Sometimes it takes even longer than that. So that's going to be Thursday into Friday, most likely. And then after all that is said and done, then the Senate will bring this thing in for the final vote on it. Okay, they have made some amendments to this thing from the original House version. Not only that, the Senate parliamentarian, who is the referee. Just when I say Senate parliamentarian, just think of a referee, right? She is basically the referee that looks through these reconciliation bills and pulls out anything that is inconsistent with the reconciliation rules. Remember, reconciliation legislation has its own set of rules, okay? They have to follow the rules with the reconciliation. Imagine that, lawmakers following the rules. That's like something that's unheard of. But anyway, the Senate parliamentarian, she goes through and makes sure that the rules are being met and followed for the reconciliation bills, okay? So anyway, she already identified a few that have to be removed. Let's see if they actually do it. But anyway, because those are going to be pulled out, and the original version that was sent over from the House over to the Senate has changed, that simply means it has to go back to the House after they pass it in the Senate, which will likely happen probably on Friday, maybe on Saturday. We'll see here, but it's looking like probably Friday, late Friday is probably when they're going to vote on this officially and pass it. Maybe Saturday. Let's see how this whole Voterama goes as well, okay? But anyway, since it's going to pass in its new state, you know, some things have been taken out, some new things have been added in. Because of that, it'll be essentially a new version of it, okay? That'll pass through the Senate. It would then need to go back to the House to be passed again in its current state that was passed by the Senate, and then from there, it can move on to the president's desk. And that brings us to next week. Remember, this is crazy to think about already. Next Friday is the 4th of July already, right? Next week, Friday, is the 4th of July. That's nuts. Wow. Okay, anyway, it's coming fast. Well, that's the goal, is to have this thing on the president's desk by the 4th of July. By the time that they get done with all the debates, the negotiations, the voterama, the official votes, the back to the House vote, and to the president, they're going to be right down to the wire. Oh, not to mention, lawmakers, they're trying to hit the road for their 4th of July vacation, right? Another vacation. Gee, what do you know? Lawmakers going on another vacation. Yeah. That's like their MO, right? Going on vacation again. So anyway, they're going to try to hit the road as fast as they can. So anyway, that's the timeline on this. Between now and then, we've got a lot going on. In a little over a week from now, we're going to be having a lot of pieces moving here on this whole thing. And I know there's a lot of other things going on globally right now as well. It's kind of like, man, what's going on anymore, right? I am totally right there with you. I'm watching all of it very closely. But yeah, anyway, that's what's going on with this, okay? If you have any further questions on this, if you want me to elaborate further, let me know. I can certainly jump on a live stream. Otherwise, again, join Linda and the other thousands of people here in this community that have called the team right there, this team of trusted advisors right here, to get your free review on your Medicare. And again, it can be supplement plans, Medigap plans, Part D plans, Medicare Advantage, or if you are somebody who's turning 65 or retiring and your initial enrollment in a Medicare, seriously, this is by far your best resource for the 12,000 people a day that are becoming eligible for Medicare, or all of the people, the 70 million people that are already enrolled in Medicare. This is, again, by far your best resource. Please take advantage of that. It's free. Jump on the phone with them. call them, connect with them, let them look through your current situation and see what options you have. You don't have to buy anything. That's not what this is about. It's a free review to make sure that seniors on Medicare are properly covered and paying the least amount of money as possible to save you a ton of money during your retirement and make sure that you have the proper coverages and the plans that offer you the most benefits in your local area, so you can see the doctors you want, the providers you want to see, the networks you want to be within, the offices, the clinics you want to visit, the prescription needs if you have any at all. They're going to do all of that completely for free. Seriously, just call. Doesn't hurt to ask. Seriously, does not hurt at all to ask. And when you do that, they're going to present your options. And maybe they can't help you, but that's pretty rare when they can't help somebody, right? There's always better options out there. You could certainly hack this out yourself, but like Linda, saved her a ton of time by simply making a phone call and letting them use the technology that they have and the expertise that they have, the knowledge and the professionalism they have to look through all the plans and the details to find the best option for her. And that's exactly what happened. Anyway, you get it. Make sure to just give them a call. Just ask them. Doesn't hurt to ask. Say, hey, here's my situation. What else you got out there for me? They're going to ask you a variety of questions just to make sure that they're understanding fully, and they're going to help you out from there. Again, totally free. All right, anyway, please subscribe if you're new here. Big subscribe button down below. Please share the video. Big share button right down below. Otherwise, check out the nearly 6,000 videos here on the channel in the video library. The popular videos I've hand-selected for you down below in the description or popping up on your screen right here, right now. Check that out. Otherwise, again, please share this phone number as well with anybody that you know that needs that information. Friends, family members, neighbors, acquaintances, siblings, coworkers, parents, neighbors down the street, neighbors down the hall. Anybody that needs that help, please go ahead and share that with them. Otherwise, until next time, enjoy, take care, and I'll catch you again later in the next video.